The trays running on the conveyor belt will also come into contact with the guide cylinder and the pushing cylinder, so these should also be set as collision bodies. Select the pushing cylinder, click Apply. Additionally, the platform of the pushing cylinder should be set as a collision body. Now, the cylinders and collision bodies are set up. To continuously generate materials, we also need to set up an object source. Here, select the trigger method towards per activation. And for the second and third options, choose the same activation method. Click OK. The basic physics setup is complete. When you click play, it will drop down. Why is that? Because we haven't set the blocking cylinder and the pushing cylinder as joints or implemented position control. The cylinders move in a sliding motion, so we need to set them as sliding joints. Select the blocking cylinder 1 and select Detachment. Since we haven't set the rigid body as a fixed joint, we would select that option here. The vector direction should be downward. Then click Apply. For the second blocking cylinder, set it up in the same way. Click Apply. For the third pushing cylinder, note that it pushes upwards, so the vector direction should be upward. Once that's complete, we need to set the position control. Click on the sliding joint we just set. Set the speed to double, and don't set the target value yet. We'll configure that in the signal section. Use the same method to set up the other two cylinders. We also need to set up 3 sensors as trigger conditions. So, we need to set up the sensors. Click on the collision sensor, select it. And enter the dialog box to set the center position, then click OK. Here, set the x-axis in the outward direction. And click Confirm. Use the same method to set up the other 2 sensors. Next, open the Vision Camera model. Under More, click on Vision Camera and proceed to configure the camera settings. For the horizontal angle, we set it to 38 degrees, and for the vertical angle, we set it to 45 degrees. Enter the Coordinate System dialog box and select the point. If the direction is incorrect, set it to face down by giving it a 180-degree rotation. Make sure to check the option to save the output image and choose the location to save the image. It's important to ensure you can easily find your image, so it's best to save it in the same folder. Finally, modify the name. Click OK. There's one more setup for the conveyor belt. Click Electrical, then click Transport Surface. The vector direction should point in this direction, and we won't set the speed just yet. For the second conveyor belt, use the same method and modify the name for differentiation. With this, the basic physics, joints, actuators, and vision camera settings for this case have been completed. Today, we learned how to set up physics objects in the MCD module, including rigid bodies, collision bodies, motion pairs, and sensors. We also discussed the applications of these setups in smart manufacturing. Finally, please complete the following exercises as homework and practice more after class. This concludes today's lesson. In the next class, we will continue learning how to configure signals for PLC connectivity.